The paradox of choice. Freedom or burden? Maya stood before the wall of cereal boxes, her morning grocery run stretching into its 20th minute. Honey clusters, chocolate squares, ancient grains, protein-packed, sugar-free, organic, gluten-free, artisanal granola. The options stretched endlessly in colorful rows. Her grandmother's voice echoed in her memory. "In my day, we had cornflakes or oatmeal. We were happy." She grabbed a box at random and moved on, but the feeling followed her through every aisle. Shampoo. Sulfate-free, volumizing, color-protecting, keratin-infused. Bread. Whole wheat, sourdough, keto, sprouted grain. Each decision felt simultaneously trivial and overwhelming. Later that evening, Maya video called her friend David, who had just returned from a year teaching in rural Cambodia. "You look exhausted," he observed. "Rough day?" Maya laughed bitterly. "I spent 45 minutes grocery shopping for 5 items. I'm paralyzed by breakfast cereal, David. What's wrong with me?" David leaned back in his chair. "Funny you should ask. I just experienced the reverse culture shock. In the village where I taught, the market had maybe 10 different food items total. People seemed lighter somehow, not just because they had less stuff, but because they had fewer decisions to make." "But surely having choices is better," Maya countered. "It means we're free." "Are we, though?" David pulled up something on his laptop. "I've been reading about this. It's called the paradox of choice. A psychologist named Barry Schwartz wrote about it. Here, listen to this study. Researchers set up a jam tasting booth. When they offered 24 varieties, they attracted more people. But when they only offered 6 varieties, people were actually 10 times more likely to buy something." Maya frowned. "That doesn't make sense." "It does when you think about it. With 24 options, people became overwhelmed. They worried about making the wrong choice. With 6 options, the decision felt manageable. Over the next few weeks, Maya began noticing the phenomenon everywhere. Netflix's infinite scroll leaving her watching nothing. Dating apps with endless profiles making every match feel potentially inadequate. Career paths that seemed limitless but left her friends anxious and directionless. She thought about her great-aunt Sarah, who had married her childhood sweetheart, worked as a teacher for 40 years, and seemed genuinely content with her straightforward life. Was Sarah less free than Maya, who had dated dozens of people through apps, changed careers 3 times, and still felt like she was searching for something? One day, Maya decided to experiment. She would limit her choices deliberately. At restaurants, she would only consider the first 3 items that appealed to her. For streaming, she would watch whatever was recommended rather than browsing. For weekend activities, she would pick from just 2 options. The results surprised her. Decisions became faster. But more importantly, she found herself more satisfied with her choices. The constant nagging feeling that she might have chosen better, what economists call opportunity cost, began to fade. David returned from his travels and met Maya for coffee. "You seem different," he said, more relaxed. "I've been thinking about what you said," Maya replied. "About choice being both freedom and burden. I think the key isn't eliminating choice, but being intentional about where we invest our decision-making energy." David nodded. In the village, people didn't have choice about many things: their work, their food, their entertainment. But the choices they did have felt meaningful. Whether to help a neighbor, how to spend their evening, what to teach their children. Maya stirred her coffee thoughtfully. Maybe true freedom isn't having infinite options. Maybe it's having the wisdom to know which choices matter, and the courage to be satisfied with good enough for everything else. The paradox of choice, David mused. It's not really a paradox at all. It's about recognizing that choice, like any tool, can help or harm depending on how we use it. Maya smiled. "I used to think my grandmother's generation was limited by their narrow options. Now I wonder if they were liberated by them. They could focus their energy on living rather than endlessly choosing how to live." Enjoy your day.